All right, guys, you're going to outline our nation's government, Chapter 3. So I'll read it to you. We'll talk about it, and you can either follow along with me or read the activity yourself. But here we go. It says, Our nation's government. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all. I'm sure you guys have heard that one before. Yes. Thank you. The big picture. These words are probably very familiar to you. When you say the Pledge of Allegiance, you make a promise. You're promising to be loyal to the United States and support our country's government. Our country's government, also called the federal government, is based on the United States Constitution. The Constitution explains how the government should be set up. For example, it divides the federal government into 3 branches according to the idea of checks and balances. It's real similar, guys, to the state government. It's almost identical. And so take a look over here. Don't forget, you have the what we like to call the sidebar over here, right? So here it is. Here's your sidebar. Remember, when you're doing your outline, if you see any of these words, that should make your outline, right? And remember, just a quick refresher. Here's your Roman numeral 1, right? And you're going to try to get like maybe an A and B. You're going to try to pull 2 important subtopics out of there, right? All right, so let's keep going. Oh, over here we have vocabulary: United States of Constitution, Senate, House of Representatives, United States Congress, United States Supreme Court, Court and Jury, and Washington, D.C. All right. Ooh. And so here we go. Our Roman numeral 2 is going to be how our national government works. In some way, the national government is similar to our state government. It has 3 branches: executive, legislative, and judicial. It also uses tax money for its services. However, many of the things the federal government does are things that the states can't do. For example, let's see. It says, for example, it issues money, sends up rockets, and declares national holidays. It supports national parks like the Grand Canyon, right? Sorry. And important national sites like the Washington Monument and the Statue of Liberty. So I'm telling you right there is some definite facts that you might want to throw on your outline. Continuing on, the national government runs the Postal Service and the National Weather Bureau. It helps the states rebuild after floods and hurricanes, earthquakes, and tornadoes. It's the United States government that makes agreements for trade with other countries like Japan and Mexico. It also has offices in other countries to help American citizens who are visiting there. One of its more important duties is to keep an army and navy to protect the United States and its allies during times of trouble. All right, so here is your Roman numeral 2, and you definitely have A and at least a B. You might even get into numbers 1, 2, and 3, right? All right, Roman numeral 3. The 3 branches of government. Our national government is located in Washington, D.C. Each branch of the government has its different duties, shown on the chart on page 329, and you can look at that. But here's Roman numeral 4, the president. The head of the executive branch is the president. The president is elected every 4 years. It is the president's job to make sure laws passed by Congress are carried out. The president chooses people to head national departments in charge of areas such as transportation and energy. The president is also head of the country's military forces. See the infographic on page 330 and 331 for information about the 8 Ohioans who became president. Right? What are we on? Roman numeral 5, I think. Congress. The legislative branch of the federal government is made up of the Senate and the House of Representatives. Together, they are known as the United States Congress. The voters of every state elect 2 senators to the United States Senate. The number of representatives depends on how many people live in their state. Ohio elects 19 members to the House of Representatives. A small state like Vermont, for instance, elects only 1 representative. Senators serve for 6 years and representatives serve for only 2 years. The courts, the judicial branch of the federal government, I think this is Roman numeral 6, is headed by, and then here's the infographic. This is great. You can use this for your outline if you want, right? It's headed by the United States Supreme Court, just like Ohio has its own Supreme Court, right? The president chooses the court's 9 justices or judges. Once chosen and approved by the Senate, they serve for life. These judges hear cases that come from the lower courts. They also decide whether laws that are passed by Congress agree with the United States Constitution. 9 Ohioans have served on the United States Supreme Court. One of those, William Howard Taft, was the only person ever to serve as both president and Supreme Court justice. That is interesting. The lower court decided whether the laws have been obeyed. If a person is accused of breaking the law, the courts ask a jury to observe the trial. A jury is a group of citizens that decides whether the accused person is guilty under the law. The United States citizens who are 18 or older may be called to serve on a jury. All right, and there you guys have it. There's the whole chapter that I want you to do an outline on. So, good luck. Mr. T out.